All right, let's try this again. This time on Tuesday, October the 27th. I prefaced the program that way, as most of you will know, due to the technical difficulties we had at this time last evening. I know that over the course of the past few weeks, on and off, and actually going back further than that, from time to time, some audio issues with the Foothills feed that they are working to remedy permanently. Not as easy as you think. But last evening, it was finally a power supply to a piece of equipment on the Foothills feed, something out of nowhere that just gave out and left you with a blank, black, quiet screen at 6 o'clock. And every time I would try to fix that, it would cause a pausing issue over and over on the Howard's feed at 6 o'clock. Everything was fixed by 11 o'clock last night. I believe it's fixed today, and with my apologies. So, with that said, we will go back and recap last night's program just a bit because it's actually been updated, so to speak. We do have, I'll take you there in just a few seconds, a window of opportunity for you to go online per the pandemic and give your opinion in regards to two proposed projects for Salyersville sidewalks, basically from almost the red light all the way to Will May on 460. The primary project or primary goal behind this is to provide alternate transportation facilities, but it's also going to go to beautify downtown Salyersville, well, more than a half a mile, and I'll show you some of that in just a few seconds. But we will tonight have your COVID update. Locally last night I had our public health director, Mayor Pete Shepard, with us talking about two cases at Mountain Comp, two cases that were confirmed in patients who are residents at the Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. He had limited details on those two patients last night, except to say that the nursing home was to be issuing a statement today. Well, in the past 24 hours, they have been busy testing all residents and staff. Only very few of those tests are still pending at this hour. There are additional cases this evening in residents and staff, and we will go through that in just a few moments in as much detail as possible, as well as another day of a number of cases here locally. Your state COVID update as well. Weather forecast, which, still more clouds and showers than not. And when we come out of all of that, it's going to be cool with some frosty, albeit clear mornings. Several in a row. Frosty, cool, and then sunny to follow. So please, enjoy just a few words with a few of our sponsors. Let them know you're watching every opportunity that you have. And I'll be right back with our first headline for this Tuesday. This house for sale in Dixie of Salyersville represents a rare opportunity to have the home of your dreams on a premier lot that is well over a half acre in size. It has 4 bedrooms and original wood floors throughout and has been in the same family since 1950. And it's move-in ready with the AC units and furnace just serviced, and it's also a perfect blank slate to remodel to your liking, making it an excellent investment and equity opportunity. It also has an unfinished basement and is steps from the Ramey Park and downtown Salyersville. And it's now on the market for the first time in 70 years for $147,500. Serious inquiries only can be made by calling 606-349-3699.
We know a lot about these parts. We know to get what you need to climb the gorge, you go to Miguel's and afterwards you come back for a slice of their famous pizza. We know a great place for a relaxing weekend at the lake is in Paintsville. We know if you have a sweet tooth, you can't pass up a cone at Freezer Fresh Dairy in West Liberty. And we know if it's Friday night in the mountains, we'll be at the football field cheering on the home team. We know because we proudly serve these areas with the power to connect us all. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
It's one of the most popular and most famous things we've ever done at your Salyersville Lee's. Well, except for our chicken and our biscuits and our wedges and our ice and our hot dogs, and you know what I mean. The $5 coupon is back in this week's edition of the Salyersville Independent. That's $5 off family specials. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken, any way you like it, with mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and biscuits, enough to feed the fam and more. $5 off. Clip the coupon. They'll even give it to you for free in a free newspaper at your Salyersville Lee's famous recipe. $5 off is back. We know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Salyersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Salyersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paintsville. We have big news. Our credit rebuilding program can put you in a nicer, newer vehicle today. Get 0% financing for 84 months on 2020 Ram trucks. Slow credit, bad credit, or no credit, we can get you approved. 0% for 72 months on the Jeep Compass. And it all comes with the Hutch Guarantee.
Go to Conley Tire in Staffordsville or conleytire.net right now and get $200 back on a new set of Goodyears, $100 on new Generals, Coopers, Bridgestones, and Mickey Thompsons, all with the smoothest balancing Snap-on has to offer. And if your ride has a light on, let their state-of-the-art Zeus diagnostic machine figure it out for only $35 at Conley Tire. Well, we're doing practically everything differently because of the pandemic, and that also pertains to a public comment period on a proposed Salyersville sidewalk project. That public comment period now open and underway online. The State Transportation Cabinet doing so in that form to give everyone a safe opportunity to voice their opinions one way or the other. And also fill out an online survey in regards to a project which I have spoke about here on numerous occasions. Our Judge Executive Matt Wireman announced, I believe, a several multi-million-dollar project last year. It has now been put to the drawing board, and now you have an opportunity to go online and as well go here tonight and voice your opinion on this. It's essentially 0.6 of a mile on Maple Street, Kentucky Route 40, almost from the red light in downtown Salyersville, essentially from the red light, redoing existing sidewalks and adding others. The project under development would add and or improve sidewalks along the roadway from Coal Branch to Wilmay on 40. It would add a curb and a gutter and make other improvements to better facilitate alternative transportation methods, walking, biking, and the like, and make the sidewalk compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act requirements. There are two alternatives under consideration. Both would provide a 5-foot wide sidewalk along the south side of Kentucky 40, which is the right side of your screen. This is the first alternative here you're seeing. While the second would add a sidewalk as well on the north side of 40, only about half the distance of the total project, which is still more than 1/4 of a mile. There is a website that you can go to see these videos, to fill out an online survey, and to find out everything you need to know. And that survey including answering questions of the like, if you have any property of interest along the project, how often you travel this area, any problems that you foresee with the project or you see now, expectations, and more. The website is Kentucky40Salyersville.com. That's KY40, Kentucky40Salyersville.com. And it's there that you can go download a brochure as well as explaining the project. This comment period running through Thursday, November the 12th. So you've got a little more than a couple of weeks to take advantage of this. The timetable for the project has yet to be given, but it does appear as though it is going to happen for the city of Salyersville and Magoffin County. Your local and state COVID updates after I return. Go with All Pro, and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. Nearly everything today is about being safe and well, and Parkway Pharmacy has 2 great ways to get your prescriptions quickly, safely, and conveniently. Simply pull up curbside and call and let them know you're there, or circle around the building and drive through. And just in, a fresh inventory of Atalo, premium CBD oil and cream products for managing pain, anxiety, depression, rest, digestion, and more. All at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Same 6 decades of experience, same undivided dedication and focus on winning your case. New location. The law offices of McFarland and Tinker are now located on Route 114 in the former McGoffin Farm Bureau location. Motor vehicle accidents, Social Security disability, SSI claims, wrongful death and workers' compensation and work injury cases. Call 349-9000. McFarland and Tinker.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Your state COVID update this evening was prefaced by a recap by Rocky Atkins in regards to millions of dollars in projects coming to Eastern Kentucky, announced over the past 2 days or so, including significant funds, hundreds of thousands of dollars in resurfacing going to Johnson County, as well as some other significant financial announcements and investments. A total of $6.6 million, well more than a dozen different projects, critical infrastructure, dealing with education and much more. Johnson County receiving more than $300,000 for resurfacing and repair of roads designated as poor. $332,000 for 7 roads, I believe it was. As well, the Big Sandy Community and Technical College, about $125,000 for its industrial maintenance technology and welding capacity expansion project in Pike County. One East Kentucky, which is based in Paintsville, is also going to use about $1 million to add to a business retention and expansion program to recruit new industry into the region. And the list goes on. Also, Morehead State University's Aerospace Science Center as well being designated as a recipient of some of these grants. Atkins also had some other good news. App Harvest just announcing their 3rd high-tech greenhouse to be built in Berea. It's going to be a 15-acre indoor facility. This is the 3rd major announcement from App Harvest. We had just a few days ago the opening of their $100 million greenhouse in Morehead, the largest indoor greenhouse in America, and the groundbreaking that they had just last week for another facility in Richmond. It is amazing to see what they're doing. I am going to make it a point to tour one of those facilities at first chance. While Governor Beshear then went on to talk about the worst week ever last week, which will be topped by skyrocketing cases again this week. This week on par to be worse than last week, which had 9,335 cases for the state of Kentucky.
I told you yesterday we had the single largest Monday in number of cases ever. Today we have the single highest Tuesday with 1,786 new cases of COVID-19. That is 1,786 Kentuckians and their families that are worried about their health right now. And that's 1,786 Kentuckians, that some portion of which will end up in the hospital, will end up in the ICU, and will end up not making it. It is our duty as Americans, as Kentuckians, as good people of values and faith, to come together once again to fight this virus. None of us a year from now, when we are in an old normal, a new normal, when we are beyond COVID, because I think we most certainly will be, want to look back and say, if we just cared a little bit more, what could have been. We continue to see increases in our hospitalization, with 913 Kentuckians currently in a hospital bed because of COVID. We have 233 Kentuckians in the ICU fighting for their lives, and 115 Kentuckians currently on a ventilator. Those numbers aren't going the right direction, but as long as cases are increasing at the rate they are, they're going to continue to increase as well. COVID positivity rate 5.97% today, the highest certainly in a long time.
Bashir saying today's positivity rate for the state of Kentucky, right at 6%, 5.97%, the highest it has been in many weeks. Floyd County was said to have had 19 new cases now recognized by the state. Johnson, 16. Martin, 13. 18 deaths announced today by the state of Kentucky. And turning to long-term care facilities, Kentucky's nursing homes, no new facilities were reported. However, we can confirm to you locally that there has been one added to that list. Nevertheless, not counting any Magoffin County numbers, 57 new residents confirmed to have the coronavirus, 33 staff, and 8 more deaths related to nursing home residents in the Commonwealth. And when I come back, your local COVID update, which does include additional cases on top of 2 announced yesterday related to residents of our own Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Stay tuned. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
Your state representative in the 92nd District is John Blanton, and in the last 4 years, he's been working hard. He's secured over $130 million for the district. In Magoffin County, he continued the funding at a cost of $80 million for the Mountain Parkway, while at the same time bringing water and sewer lines to the city of Salyersville and the much-needed industrial park. Your vote is needed to continue the progress in the 92nd District, paid for by John Blanton.
It's definitely fall and Christmas time at the seasonal shop. They've got new arrivals, front to back, new women's fall clothing with the latest styles and trends, leopard, camo, loungewear, cozy sweaters, and more. And they know these days are a little more relaxed with not as much travel and schedules aren't as packed, so they've got plenty of clothes for casual days at home or around town. Everyone loves a t-shirt, and they've got something for everyone, even the guys. Simply Southern has some amazing fall releases, and they have them all. Boots, bags, vests, Sherpas, accessories, their famous tees, and the home decor continues to arrive daily, and you'll fall in love with every new piece. No matter what your style, they've got pieces for you in your home. And as always, they offer in-town deliveries, curbside pickup, shopping over the phone, shipping, and registries. And their Facebook Lives are back, so follow their page for more information and pictures of new arrivals and deals of the day at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. As I said at the end of the last segment before the break, our local Salyersville nursing home. Now, among the list of those long-term facilities, a very long list of long-term care facilities across Kentucky which now have positive cases dealing with their staff and their patients. Our Mayor and Public Health Director, Pete Shepard, will outline as much as possible those cases tonight. I also asked Pete to go back and recap a number of cases that I had to report to you last evening and was unable to do due to those technical difficulties at the 6 o'clock show. A number of cases announced yesterday, totaling 15 for Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday.
Saturday we had 8 positive cases, Sunday 3 positive cases, and then on yesterday and Monday we had 4 positive cases that day, making a total of 15 for the weekend and Monday.
And we also had a short list of advisories that you guys were issuing related to some of these cases and other announcements. I know we had 2 that affected our local Mountain Comprehensive Care Center.
Yes, we had 2 employees of Comprehensive Care that did test positive, and we've had 1 client that's tested positive. So the Magoffin County Health Department recommended that they send their employees home for 2 weeks, all their employees, and do no in-client or person-to-person visits with anybody, and do everything virtual.
And one of the other more significant revelations yesterday was, and at that time you didn't have a lot of data, and we'll get to that in a few moments, but yesterday you announced multiple cases pertaining to patients at the nursing home.
Yeah, we had 2 positive cases with patients at the nursing home, but those patients were in the hospital.
So again, as I asked yesterday, they tested positive out of the facility and not come back to that facility yet?
that's correct. They're not back in the facility now.
So at this time yesterday, you were also under the inclination that the nursing home was going to be issuing a statement, I'm assuming along with you guys to some degree, about those cases. But there's been more developments today. Let's go ahead.
What the nursing home has done is they've tested all their employees again and all their patients. And we had a conference call with Frankfurt today with the nursing home personnel and with us and with the people in Frankfurt that work on long-range care facilities like this. And after that meeting, then the nursing home said they would be releasing a public statement later this afternoon.
So what was the result from the testing thus far, and how many tests are pending and the likes of that you know of?
Okay, they still had 9 pending, but they had 3 new positive cases with patients and 2 employees that tested positive.
And are these patients in the facility?
Yes, they are, but they're in one wing, and they really had no contact with anybody else. And the employees have been sent home, and I don't think they've really had much contact with them. The good thing is the nursing home has followed all protocol, and in fact, it went up and above what it calls for. And I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be okay down there.
I have gotten the impression from you throughout this pandemic that they have done an excellent job protecting their patients.
They're one of the few facilities in the state that hasn't had a positive up to this point. Most of them have, and they do an excellent job. They do, really do.
At the same time, though, we've all had family either in there or who have been in there. But for those who have family members in there, is there any changes or concerns or anything that they should be aware of? I'm not even sure what are the visitation options have even been there as of late. Are you aware?
They did. I think they were having limited visitation, but as of now, with the positive cases, there is no visitations from what I understand, and they will just kind of close it down like they did before when it first started, and go from there. The main thing is you just don't want it to spread anymore. You want to keep it, and they do have it contained. It looks like, and are doing all the precautions to keep it contained. So they have notified all the people that have relatives in the nursing home and have told them, and they have been notified. So they all are up to speed on what's going on, and hopefully they'll release their statement, and then they will move on from there.
I've got, while you can't see it, I have next to you on screen right now yesterday's incident rate map, which has McGoffin County in the red as it has now 4 days. My math adds up 22 cases in just the past 4 days. So I'm assuming that we're going to continue to be in the red for some time.
Yes, we're going to be in the red for a while. Even if we've already got it calculated, if we have 0 cases tomorrow, we're still going to be up in the red quite a bit. So it's not going to go away anytime soon.
Anything else before we close?
No, just everybody just needs to wear their mask. Even if you take all the precautions, the virus still can get to people, and that's taking all precautions. And so if we let our guard down and just let it run rampant, it can really get out of hand. With the nursing home doing all the things that they do, and a lot of the people in the medical profession do what they do, it's just everybody just needs to obey the guidelines. And I know the governor's come out with the 10 new guidelines for counties in the red, and we just need to enforce them more, and everybody just needs to be careful.
I do want to close on one more question. It was one that I had posed to you yesterday, and again with the technical difficulties that I had last night, a lot of folks didn't get to hear it. And a lot of folks, trying to reach out for anything normal, and trick or treat, of course, falling this weekend of all times as we are in the red and Halloween. What's going to be the latest position from the city? And ultimately the county. I know Judge Wyman is going to go along with your recommendations, but in regards to trick-or-treat and Halloween, what's going to be the advice of the health department?
Right now, trick-or-treat's a go. We're going to have trick-or-treat. We're asking people to, if they trick-or-treat and go out, to try to go to certain families, just family members, stay in their family group as they trick-or-treat. Don't get with big groups walking to trick-or-treat. The residents in Dixie, a lot of them are not going to be participating this year with candy due to the virus, and they've contacted me and let me know that they're not. So there's not going to be many places to go there. So we're asking you to just go to certain businesses, have the candy, drive up in your car, let the kids get out, get the candy, get back in the car, and just try to make it a limited type of trick or treat. If the crowd stays down, I don't think we'll even block Dixie off like we normally do. We're just wanting people, just if you drive up through Dixie, if you see someplace you can stop, because there's not going to be a lot of residents that are doing it. Just drive through town. If you see a business that is trick or treating, stop, get your candy, and go on. Have small Halloween parties with family and trick or treat that way. It just cannot be the mob type of things that we've had in the past in Dixie and in downtown. We just need to really keep it at a minimum, and everybody needs to wear their mask. The people that with the trick-or-treaters and the kids need to wear a mask underneath their mask if at all possible, and just be very, very careful.
Just to add to that, Shepard tells me that we have 4 McGoffin Countyans currently hospitalized. 2 are the nursing home patients that we spoke of earlier. And with his permission to discuss his name, I also want to pass along an update on our friend Sam Allen. Sam has been in the hospital. He had been in the ICU and still is, battling COVID-19 after discovered in distress at his home after a 911 call just last week. Over the past several days and weekend, I was told that Sam was doing some better and that his oxygen was improving. However, after checking with friends today, we have learned that his condition is not better. In fact, it has worsened. He is still in the intensive care unit. We do not believe on a ventilator at this hour, but still in very serious condition. We would like you to keep him in your thoughts and prayers, as well as those others who are hospitalized and very sick with the coronavirus. I'll be right back.
Your state representative in the 92nd District is John Blanton, and in the last 4 years, he's been working hard. He's secured over $130 million for the district. In McGoffin County, he continued the funding at a cost of $80 million for the Mountain Parkway, while at the same time bringing water and sewer lines to the city of Salyersville and the much-needed industrial park. Your vote is needed to continue the progress in the 92nd District, paid for by John Blanton.
Hello, Bob Hutcherson here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paintsville. We have big news. Our credit rebuilding program can put you in a nicer, newer vehicle today. Get 0% financing for 84 months on 2020 Ram trucks. Slow credit, bad credit, or no credit. We can get you approved and save over $3,000 on the Chrysler Pacifica. And it all comes with the Hutch Guarantee.
All right, it's that time to wrap it up. Put the lid on this one with your Licking Valley RECC Outlook, which has us looking right at around 50 degrees tonight. And as you may have seen, there are a couple of little breaks in the clouds and a little tiny bit of sun trying to make a showing for the end of your Tuesday. I'm for it. That's good. But mostly cloudy skies will continue. Calm winds will continue as well. And we're continuing to watch shower chances. Storm chances, slight, if that. But we have a setup that's going to kind of help maybe pull up some rain and moisture from tropical storm Zeta, which is trekking up through, getting close to the region, so to speak, in the Tennessee Valley. But we're talking about mostly cloudy skies for the most part tomorrow until about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And then from there on and throughout the night, we'll go from about a 30% chance of showers to a likelihood of showers. And right now, maps have it calling for about an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain tomorrow night with a low of 58, and then another 3/4 to an inch of rain on your Thursday. So on the high side, that's 1.5 inches right there tomorrow night and into your Thursday. We'll also see winds not so much tomorrow, but definitely by Thursday on the lighter side out of the southeast from 3 to 15 miles per hour, and it sometimes may pick up a little more than that and kick up a little more as well if we see any thunderstorms as well. Right now, thunderstorm activity pretty low. But Thursday, 68 degrees, more rain, as you just saw. Friday, look what's behind that front. We will go down to 49 degrees for your Friday, a 20% chance of some showers lingering up until about 2, and then we're in for a nice dry spell, albeit a cool one. Friday, 49, 32 that night. That means a frosty start to your Saturday when we should hit about 57. 57 for daytime highs. Saturday night, still in the 30s at partly cloudy, 37, so that means some patchy frost. Sunday morning, otherwise mostly sunny and 59 degrees. For your Sunday night, a slight chance of some showers, only 20%. I think otherwise just partly cloudy, some frost, and a low of 34. Only 52 degrees for your next Monday, and not much better than that on next Tuesday. And with that said, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful Tuesday evening. Remember that time change is quickly approaching. If you want to try to get out and get in a little daylight under clouds and showers, well, the next few days are going to be your best chances to do it before it all goes to dark much, much earlier. Nevertheless, I hope to see you back here tomorrow night for the next edition of Your News Today. As always, thank you for watching and being a part of the show.